Secure remote administration is a critical requirement for cloud-hosted workloads. Azure Bastion is a fully managed PaaS service that you provision to securely connect to virtual machines via private IP address. In this video, you will learn how to manually deploy and configure Azure Bastion. Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. I'm Manhar and welcome back to MSFT WebCast. Azure Bastion is used to provide a secure way to connect to our Azure virtual machines without exposing them to the public internet. It provides secure and seamless RDP or SSH connectivity to your virtual machines directly over TLS from the Azure Portal. In the last video, we learned how to deploy Azure Bastion using the default settings. The link to that video is in the description. In this video, we will use the custom settings to deploy Azure Bastion, which allows us to configure the SKU, scaling, availability zones, and other features. In our test lab, we have an existing virtual network where we will deploy Azure Bastion along with a virtual machine in the same virtual network. Open your preferred web browser, navigate to portal.azure.com and sign in with your Azure account. In the search bar at the top of the portal, type Bastion. Under Services, select Bastions. At the moment, we don't have any Azure Bastion instances. Let's create one using the custom settings. Click on Create. Keep the default or select a different subscription. Choose the resource group where you want to create the Bastion. You can also create a new one by selecting the Create New option. Specify a meaningful name for the Bastion resource, for example, Test VNet Bastion. Select the region where your virtual network resides. We'll keep the East to West region selected. Select the zone or zones from the drop-down if you want to enable zone redundancy. Next, we can select the tier. Azure Bastion is available in 3 tiers: Basic, Standard, and Premium. If we switch to the basic tier, the instance count remains a fixed value. Adding additional instances is only supported in the standard and premium tiers. The cost of Azure Bastion depends on the selected tier. For this example, select the standard tier. As mentioned, we can add additional instances with the standard and premium tiers. The default is 2. So let's leave it that for this example. Next, configure the virtual network's settings. From the drop-down list, select your virtual network. Only virtual networks in the currently selected subscription and region are listed. For this example, we will select our existing virtual network. You can also create a separate virtual network if needed. When you deploy Azure Bastion using any SKU other than the developer offering, it requires a dedicated subnet named AzureBastionSubnet. If you already have an Azure Bastion subnet, it will be selected automatically. If not, create one. You must create this subnet in the same virtual network where you plan to deploy Azure Bastion. Go to the other tab. Let me show you our existing virtual network. Under Services, click on Virtual Networks. This page displays our existing virtual networks. Let's create a new Azure Bastion subnet in our existing virtual network. Access the virtual network in which you want to create an Azure Bastion subnet. Expand Settings and click on Subnets. Click Subnets to add another subnet to this virtual network. From the drop-down menu, select Azure Bastion template. Name will be Azure Bastion Subnet. All the required information is already selected, but you can change it if needed. The subnet size must be /26 or larger. For host scaling, a /26 or larger subnet is recommended. Using a smaller subnet limits the number of scale units. Leave all the settings at the default values and click on Add button. Wait for the subnet deployment process to complete. The Azure Bastion Virtual Network subnet has been created successfully. Check the name of the subnet, IP version for address range, and available IPs. Now go back to the Azure Bastion deployment page. From the drop-down menu, select an existing virtual network. If it is not selected automatically, Then from the Subnet drop-down menu, select the newly created Azure Bastion Subnet. Verify the IP address range for confirmation. The Configure IP address option is not available. To enable private IP configuration, we need to upgrade to the premium tier. Now select the public IP address to be used for the front-end IP configuration. Under public IP version 4 address, we can select an existing one or create a new one. In this example, we will create a new one. You can modify the name if you would like. Let's move on to the Advanced tab. We have some advanced feature options for Azure Bastion. We can allow or disable copy-paste feature. We'll leave it enabled. We can allow connections using private IP addresses. This can be used to connect to on-premises computers, provided there is a private network connection through Express Route or a site-to-site VPN. We can use Kerberos authentication with Azure Bastion if there is a connectivity to a Windows domain controller. We can also enable the native client option. By default, Azure Bastion uses an HTML5 browser-based client. With this option, we extend connectivity to native clients for both RDP and SSH. We can also enable shareable links. Last option is session recording. It is only available with the premium tier. It is not available in the standard tier. Select the options based on your organization's requirement. Since this is a test environment, I'll select copy and paste option. Let's move on to tags. Add tags as needed. When you are ready, click Review plus Create. Azure will validate the selected options and values. Once validation passes, click Create. This will take around 10 minutes to complete. I'll pause the video here and come back once it's done. The deployment is complete. Let's go to the resource. Here is the newly deployed Azure Bastion. In the Overview tab, we can view its details. You can see information such as the Azure Bastion public DNS name, availability zone, and tier. We can also view additional details under Settings. Expand Settings and click on Sessions. The active sessions are listed here. Currently, there are no active sessions in this example. Let's connect to our Azure virtual machine using Azure Bastion. Go to the Other tab. In the search bar at the top of the portal, type Virtual Machine. Under Services, select Virtual Machines. Note that a test VM does not have a public IP address associated with it. Click the virtual machine name you want to connect to using Azure Bastion. Click on Connect and then select Connect via Bastion. Wait for a few seconds. Under Connection Settings, select the connection protocol. Choose RDP for Windows-based VM or SSH for a Linux-based VM. Since I have a Windows-based virtual machine, keep RDP selected. In this example, we are using the default RDP port, which is 3389. Keyboard language will be also default English US. The authentication type will be VM password. Now enter your username and password. Make sure Open in a new browser tab option is selected. Click Connect to log into the virtual machine using the provided credentials. The Azure Bastion connection to this virtual machine will open in a new tab. Make sure pop-ups are allowed for this site. Wait for the connection to be established successfully. After a few seconds, you'll reach the desktop of your virtual machine. Let's go back to the Azure Bastion page. Click Refresh to update the information. We can see the information about the Azure Bastion connection we just created. We can see session information such as the target VM name, username, and target VM IP address. Let's go to configuration. From here, we can upgrade Azure Bastion to a higher tier. Note that downgrading is not possible. As required, we can also enable or disable features and increase the instance count. This is how we can manually deploy and configure Azure Bastion. That's all for this video. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on Microsoft Azure and other Microsoft related topics. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.